resources were limited, people used to rely on the resources that are available in the locality or in their surrounding. So that is why the region, the Western Rajasthan people are also doing that, and that is how they are making life sustainable to the people who are manufacturing those products or for the people who are using them. So there is no collaborative approach between manufacturer as well as user is done and sustainability is maintained. So if I talk about two case studies, you will be surprised to know about the result that I have done over there with the so what happens in case what happens in Western Rajasthan rural part. There is this tribal community called Sansi community. So the Sansi community women, what they actually do, they utilize horse dung, which is locally available in abundant. They use equal volumetric proportion of horse dung and local soil to make the structures so that they could store the utensils and some crockery items for their daily use. So this is a regular practice. Unnaga sir, this is not very new thing that you are telling. Everybody use some dung material in there to make some here some structure. So here I'm not telling about that it is a conventional process. I'm talking about the ratio that particularly they are using. They are using an equal volume of horse dung and pond soil, local soil that is called as medimity over there to make this structure. And what was their traditional belief? Because there was no technical functionality was given before I studied over there. So their cultural thought process was there that if you use horse dung, it will give you environmental conditioning. If you use horse dung, it will prevent the microbial growth within their household, and that is how they can store the item for a long time and keep their family members safe. This is what the thought processes of rural women who are not very literate, right? So when we studied this particular aspects from technical point of view, we found that these things are very okay from technical point of view also. So for the time being, from this story, you just remember this the use of equal volumetric ratio of pond soil and hostel. That's all. Second thing that you go in Rajasthan, especially the Marwar region and Jodhpur region I'm talking about, you will find there are two types of pots, usually the potter sells. One is red color pot and second is off-white color pot. So red color pots actually supplied by the neighbor state, that is Gujarat, and off-white color pots are basically manufactured by the local potter community of Western Rajasthan. So you will say, what is the reason of having color of white color? So because the salt, the clay, and the water that is available here in Western Rajasthan is having salty clay. It is having salt in their water. So that's why the region, the local potter community again, who is informing us, local potter community informing me, sir, because of this, the presence of salt, because of presence of very salty clay nature behavior, this help us to get this white color, as well as because since salt is present, we get the very good temperature, very good cooling process of water. We also get very good strength in our pots. And of course, when I did some experiment, I got similar type of results. What was the cultural thought process was there. So what I am telling that earlier, our ancestors, if you are particularly talking about Western Rajasthan, they were doing certain things from the cultural aspects, cultural point of view. But technical study of those concepts were not studied. So what we did, I did at the earlier stages of my PhD program, that I took these two projects and I just studied all these things from technical point of view to validate their thought process, and you people will surprise that the results are somewhat similar to their thought process. Means how you can think that how they are culturally rich, how they are very rich in because they were not material scientists. They are not having the knowledge of civil engineering. They are not having the knowledge of any technical things, but they are using the things because their ancestor told they were using so that they could maintain the environment clean. They could utilize the waste that is producing because of the animals or because of the agricultural process, and that is how they are uh, these people are making their life sustainable. Now, another scenario I am telling you about the water, drinking water quality in India. So, if you think about drinking water quality in India, especially in Rajasthan, because I am taking from the aspects of Western Rajasthan, 32 districts out of 33 districts of Western Rajasthan is presently, or you can say, as per the report that is presented in 2011, are are having no sterile drinking water facility available. And many people, especially women, have to go long way to fetch the drinking water. You can see the picture over there. How many people are fetching the water from a single well? And not only this, sometimes what happens that the water quality that is available in the area that you are living, or especially in rural villages, that is having very bad quality. And globally, if you go, you will find nearly 1.7 billion cases where children are dying because of diarrheal diseases. And sometimes women who is the responsible person for fetching water for entire family, she has to spend a lot of time, as you can say even one fourth of her life spends in fetching water sometimes. So water quality is another scenario. So I have also some samples testing, which I have taken some samples from hand pump water. I have taken some samples from well water, rainwater, and when it was tested as per IS 10500, which is a drinking water quality standard, it is found that many samples fails to fulfill the desirable needs, right? So in that case, so problem is what? Till date, the problem is drinking water problem. Problem is the the rural Polish population cannot afford a lot of money. They cannot install. Everybody cannot afford the installation of RO. Installation sometimes may be done once. Okay, but maintenance is very difficult for them. Regular maintenance required for some water quality. So that's why the reason. And if you think the same thing from the potter's point of view, their job is losing because the sale of the pottery products are now decreasing. So the three problems are there. Three problems which we found, we noticed when we were studying this particular thought process. Now, if you see the same thing from if you see the previous study or the global practices, equal volume of sawdust and clay soil was mixed, and people around the world, with the help of some NGOs at national and international level in several parts of the world, they people were using clay ceramic water filters. So, what is clay ceramic water filter? Actually, you can see the picture where there are two containers. The inner container is filter, outer container is the collector. So when you and this ceramic water outer the outer portions or the periphery of this inner container is having some small pores, and that is why when you put down the raw water or bad quality water in that, the impurities will get trapped in the small pores. So you will tell, sir, you are telling different stories. So I will just connect all these stories, and then we'll tell. Now, when we were studying this pottery project, we found that the pottery is a community-based profession, and people are very skilled, and these thought process, this manufacturing is passing from one generation to another generation, and they people are very master in the baking strategies. They are they are using different, because not only from the potters of Western Rajasthan, I have visited potters of Tamil Nadu, I have discussed with potters of Madhya Pradesh, I have discussed with potters of several parts of the world. I have spent even night at potters family also, so that I could understand that how these people are making. So they are very well versed in manufacturing process, and baking strategies of different potters are different, and they are traditionally rich in the knowledge. And you people will agree with me. I don't know whether in Assam many people use these pots or not, but in most of the part of India, this pottery business is classified as small scale industries, and it is very important from Indian economic point of view also. Now let me connect all these things, because is there a connection? Can we develop a connection between the equal use of ratio of soil and organic matter for construction of clay ceramic water filter around the globe with the process that Sansi community women is doing? Because when you see the manufacturing of clay ceramic water filter project, let's say in America, so they are using factory mode of operation. Now, if I wanted to supply the same clay ceramic water filter in India and I use factory mode of operation, may possible that the rural community will not be not be able to buy those products, because and of course some more setup will be required. So I want a local solution. Does structural correlations and material independence define this connection? So that the topics or the case studies on using the equal volumetric ratio by Sansi community women and the sustenance of, or you can say increased sale of off-white color water pots in Western Rajasthan, I just want to know that if there are connection between these two processes, so that if such connection is exist, there can be decentralized approach on manufacturing of low cost clay ceramic water can be designed to preserve the livelihood of traditional pot. I am telling that if the process that is being used around the globe, where the factory mode of operation of these filters are being utilized, if we could produce the same product in India using pottery business, then the job is great. So that is why the reason it justify my title of the talk also, in which I am telling that I will involve the community, local community. I will involve the people who are doing some household businesses. So local community, potter community, local selling model will be there, because local people will buy that. It will involve NGO. They will purchase the material from local background. They will utilize the things from their own surrounding. So that is how everybody that is being involved in this particular project were local people, were people from different community. Then you will tell, sir, those people will already doing their job. Then what was your role? My role was to provide some technical add on composite manufacturing,